Here are 5 things to remember when you're thinking about searching for your birth family. Number 1, you are not responsible for your adoptive parents' feelings. Whether they are feeling jealous or frustrated or scared, that is not your responsibility. Now, of course, you can be sympathetic, but it is their responsibility to process their feelings and get support from those they are close with or a therapist. Number 2, you may be feeling like you're on a roller coaster with all the different emotions that you may be feeling. It is normal to feel excited, it's normal to feel nervous, and it's also normal to feel sad and even angry. With every adoption comes the loss of our first family. And even if you've processed some trauma that you may have from your adoption and you think that you're in a good place, going through reunion with your birth parents or birth siblings can bring up a lot of struggles that maybe you had in the past, or even new struggles that you may be facing now. Number 3, boundaries are super important, and that includes with those you love in your day-to-day life, whether they're friends or your adoptive family, but it also includes your birth family when you find them and reconnect. One day you may be ready to talk on the phone for hours with your birth mom or dad, and another you may be so emotionally drained that you can't even pick up your phone to respond to a text. And that is okay. It is okay to take things slowly. In fact, it's what I recommend. As adoptees, sometimes we may be so excited for this moment that we throw our entire being into the reunion, and it becomes what we think about every single second of the day, and we may be feeling rushed to connect and strengthen this new relationship with our birth mom or dad and kind of put our own mental and physical well-being on the back burner. It's okay to set boundaries with your birth mom or parents or siblings and tell them, hey, I can't talk every single day. How about we pick a day a month where we can catch up? Or unfortunately, it may be necessary to set boundaries with things like money and financial help. The reason why many birth parents end up placing children for adoption can often be due to financial struggles that they're facing. Ones that we may hope that have gotten better over time, but in a large majority of cases are still very much an issue even when you reunite maybe 20, 30, 40 years later down the road. Now, I personally have not faced this issue with my birth family, but I've had many adoptee friends and acquaintances who have had struggles with birth family constantly asking for financial help, especially when it comes to kids that were internationally adopted, because there is this huge misconception that just because we were adopted into families in America that we all are well off. And while I wish that was the case, that isn't so for many of us. And a lot of adoptees are working paycheck to paycheck. If your birth family keeps asking for you to send money, it's okay to set that boundary and say, financially, I cannot do this right now or anytime in the near future. Let me see if I can look up some resources in your county, in your country, or help you in some other way. 4, schedule time for self-care. Whether it's scheduling an appointment with a new therapist or making more frequent appointments with a therapist you are currently using, or setting extra hours a week to do your favorite activity or hobby or sport, it's important to have a healthy outlet for your emotions. And last but not least, be patient with yourself. Many adoptees, like myself, have PTSD or CPTSD or anxiety or depression. And at different times throughout your reunion, you may be struggling to shower every day or brushing your teeth or eating healthy meals instead of takeout. And it's easy to beat ourselves up and blame ourselves. So please try to give yourself grace and understanding and treat yourself, your mind, and your body like you would with someone that you love dearly. If you have to pretend that you're Joe, your new best friend, and think about what you can do to help your best friend if they were going through this too, be silly and do that. Because if my best friend was crying and having a panic attack, I wouldn't kick them while they were down. I would do what I could to help them without judgment and with a lot of patience and care. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Melissa Guida-Richards, and I'm an adoptee and adoption educator, and I create content to help support adoptees and foster youth. And I also help adoptive parents and professionals prioritize ethical, trauma-informed, child-centered practices. So make sure you're following me here on this page and there if you care about child welfare. Thank you so much for listening to this Adoptees Thoughts, and I hope this helps you get comfortable being uncomfortable with the nuances of adoption.